Broadcast live.
What's good? What's Gucci? And welcome to another episode of The Ultimate Plug with Luyanda Mabaso, the freshest podcast on the streets. As you know how it goes down, I'm gonna plug you with some new music. First up, we have Oxymoron, who dropped the first single of his highly anticipated project titled Way Back. Next up, we have Kupapami, who dropped a highly anticipated EP titled Cooperville. And finally, we have Yams, who also dropped EP titled Inklizio. Now, in today's episode, we have a very, very talented Amapiano vocalist, I'm going to give you a hint. All right. Yeah, welcome, MJ. What's up, bro? How you doing? Are you good, bro? I'm good. So, before we get this interview rolling, can you tell us a bit about yourself, who you are, where you from, how old are you, just a quick intro.
Mongi is Kosara. That's my real names. I'm 24 years old. Yeah, I'm from Mpumalanga, originally from Mpumalanga, Kwandebele. Then came to Pretoria around year 2000. That's where I spent most of my childhood days.
So do you still go back to Mpumalanga every now and then?
Yeah, I do. I still have family that side. So, every now and then.
So has music been something you've always been passionate about?
Yeah, man. From an early age, from primary to church, Okay. Yeah, I just grew up in a easy family La Praga. Like every Sunday, you go to church.
So you were part of the choir?
Yeah. So I was a praise and worship leader at church. Yeah, that's where it started. And then in primary, I was in a school choir, even high school. So yeah, it's just been,
so
family thing, basically.
So before you jumped into Amapiano, was there a wave where you were into hip hop, or was it just?
Nah, I've never been into hip hop. Like I see myself as an artist. Like I don't categorize myself in a certain genre. I don't lock myself into a certain genre. So
Understandable.
Anything, whether it's R&B, it's a hip hop, I'm a piano, because I started with deep house.
Okay.
Before I ever, like my first time in studio, I started with deep house.
And when was the first time you were in studio?
It was 2016, 2017, somewhere there.
So you've been pushing.
Yeah, I've been.
Okay, so are you studying? Like, because I saw in one of your previous interviews you mentioned university.
Yeah. Now, after matric, I went to University of Pretoria.
Okay.
So I spent like 3 years that side, and then I left. Yeah. But me leaving, it wasn't for maybe like diabo or no. It was a thing of I'm not feeling what I'm doing. Like I feel like I'm doing this for other people. At home they want you to go to school. They want you to, but I knew what I wanted to do.
So you left varsity to
pursue your and then I was just like, you know what? Let me just focus on this thing. This thing is my passion. And I don't want to regret this after like years and be like, I should have.
Makes sense.
So yeah, I just took a decision, not I chose. Let me just do this thing and then I'll just see.
So when did the transition from deep house to Amapiano happen?
I didn't spend a lot of time doing deep house. Because now the market at deep house, it's very, here Mumzant, it's very slow. Like it's very, when was the last time you had a hit at deep house? Or like,
I mean, recently, but like it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, it doesn't.
There's not a very big space for it.
Yeah, so like I wanted something like, so I love the sound, the piano. And then I was like, let me just try jumping on this thing and then see or dinta. Yeah, and then it just, first track, not like first track, but not long after I started. And then that's when I like Khuza Gogo cashed, and then started rolling with it. And then
I've actually always been curious, how did that come about? Because collaborating with Devin Gogo at like the pretty much the beginning of your career is a big thing.
Yeah, it was. Khuza Gogo is actually like what made me.
How
like
did that come
basically.
about?
So with that, the niggas finally Blaqnick and Masterblaq. Those are my boys from Lotus Gardens. That's my hood.
That's PTA. No?
Yeah, that's PTA. So niggas spun a lot, and then they were playing at this other event, 012 Central, Pretoria
In
Central.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, no,
Not life,
no,
not
no,
012
not
lifestyle.
not lifestyle.
Oh, okay.
It's you see where State Theatre is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a space the side.
Oh, okay.
That's that they normally host these,
Like events.
Sure, outdoor events, things like
Oh,
that.
Boma Homecoming.
Sure. So they were playing there. Devin Gogo was also in the lineup. I think Devin Gogo was playing after them, and then that's when they got to like get into a conversation with her and be like, "Nah, we wanna make a song. Can we? Is it even possible for us to make a song with you?" And then yeah, she agreed, and then she came with Mpura Gokasi. That's when we did the track, and after a few weeks, it catched, and then that's how it just came about.
That was a very big hit. And
Yeah.
that's a very huge milestone. You know?
Yeah.
So how did you meet Blaqnick?
Blaqnick, like a Thai producer ko kasi, so I didn't know him. I knew someone that knows him. So this guy introduced me to Blaqnick, go eventing, like nigga fit to perform.
Yeah.
He heard about me, I heard about him, but nishi got tlagan. And then we just exchanged numbers, and then we started working. From that moment, I just like piano get to me level one.
Okay.
My first piano tracks get to me level one. So yeah, it's Blaqnick and Masterblaq.
All right.
Shout out.
And then who are some people that have contributed heavily to your career and getting you this far?
Blaqnick and Masterblaq, Vocalistic, Devin Gogo, Mpura, Mr. Jazzy Q, it's just a little bros like Robot Boy, it's like throughout since I've started, it's just been amazing, bro. Because you meet people who love you for you, not for maybe what you have or where you are.
True.
And you can see it. So it's just been a blessing. Yeah.
And I remember the first time you and I met was at some event. It was with Houghton when so I was having a conversation with Volker.
I remember.
And he introduced me to you.
I remember. It was a private party.
Yeah. So
I remember that.
How did you and Volker actually meet, and where did your relationship begin?
Me and Volker, I'm such a huge fan of Volker. Like I've been. Like every time he went live, I was there, I was commenting, Every freestyle, like he used to post freestyles. Like I think, if you can go to his YouTube channel, you'll get those old freestyles. Yeah, I used to like literally sit down and write them down, like word for word, and practice them. And like rap and take videos and tag him.
Yeah.
That's where I think he first saw me. And then this one time he went live, I joined, and then I just did that freestyle, like from top to bottom.
So same time
from there, and then we met at this other event. Actually, that's where I lived in Hatfield.
Okay.
While I was studying in UP. It was a student accommodation, so they had a rooftop. They were doing a freshers type of thing. So they booked Volker, they booked me, they booked some other artists. So I performed before Volker. Then after that, when Volker finished performing, I ran to the lift because they had a lift for you to go to reception.
Yeah.
So I waited for him there. And then they were in a hurry. Then when he got there, I was like, "Yo, Volker, can you please take a snap?" And the lift was closing. And then he said, "Aye." And then he held the lift and said, "Ah, no, come inside."
Okay.
Then I went with him downstairs in the lift. We're shooting pictures. That's where I actually... And then I went again with Mel and Sleazy, And shout out to Mel and Sleazy. They've been a big part of my, my journey in this music career. Actually, Sleazy is the person that actually took me to people. Yeah, and be like, "Hey, yo, like, check this boy out."
like since like varsity days.
Yeah, since like varsity days. Like I've been after Million Sleazy, after Blaqnick and Masterblaq, I've been rocking with Million Sleazy. It's been amazing. It's been great. That's how I met Foka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful story.
Yeah.
So, musically, who were your inspirations or people that you looked up to?
I listened to a
In South Africa.
in South Africa.
And internationally. both.
Okay. I listened to a lot of music. I listened to Pop Randesh, Kwaito, I listened to Drake, I listened to Obena, Yeah, it's just like what I normally do, I just go into YouTube and just search music and just listen to music. You see those shows, study colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just go and just listen to a whole lot of music and just like get inspiration from them. But yeah, South Africa, Vocalistic, um, as Java. I listen to a whole lot of songs that's Java. So, Africa, Bena, Wizkid, yeah.
So, in South
Yeah.
Africa, who do you wish to collaborate with? Someone you haven't collaborated with before?
Yeah, Spana Lamaroto,
Of course. The best in
Yeah,
the
I wanna
game.
I wanna span with the bros. And who else? Casper. Yeah. Spana Lachotmani and yeah, I think so far, yeah. Yeah, I think so far. Yo, Youngster, we have a track, but it wasn't the thing where we are in studio together and
Or you sent each other vocals
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. So like, yeah, I'll just. But he told me he was like, he would be angry at me if I release a project and he's not there.
Oh.
So yeah, maybe yeah, but I'll hit him up. Then we'll work on something.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
is there an MJ project that we should be looking forward to?
Yeah, but I have this thing, like when you make music, when it's your music, you don't listen to it like someone like people like in the streets.
Yeah.
Sometimes you doubt yourself and be like, "Hey, this one doesn't sound good for me. It doesn't." I have a whole lot of tracks, but I until I'm satisfied with what I'm doing, that's when I'll release. But I know I need to release something. I have to. I think I'm gonna release a single, maybe November. This November,
Okay.
and then maybe next year. That's when I can give you guys a full project, like.
So with
Yeah.
the single, is it a solo single or there's features as well?
I have songs where I'm alone and where there's features. So I just have to select and be like, okay, I think this one is fit for me to release. Because I can't, from the tracks that I've worked on, I can't go down.
Makes sense.
You
makes
understand?
sense.
So yeah, I just have to keep it up. So yeah.
And so far, like with all the tracks you made,
Yeah.
it keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, yeah.
So, with that being said, what would you say is your favorite song by yourself, or the song that you?
I'm
Okay,
in.
there's 2 questions.
Yeah.
Your favorite song by yourself and the song you had the most fun making.
The song I had the most fun making is Teka. I was lit, yo. I was lit. It's Teka.
Take us through that studio session.
Bro, I was working go Blaze Brown. That's Mr. Jizek Slikour.
Yeah.
What you normally do, like you sleep, you eat,
Make music.
you make music.
Yeah.
Dog. Like you wake up, you make music. Like everything you do is just music. So ukonoro ugidlile, and then you hear beats in the studio. Then when you get the Majita beats they're producing,
Yeah.
and then you just get in there, and then hotsola tla. So, but with Teka, it was just a session. I was with Million Sleazy, Maten, and I think Bazen, yeah. So we were just chilling, drinking, just vibes, you understand? And then thing is, with me, I prefer having a producer in studio,
Yeah.
studying a beat, not to give you the studio and then you play me beats. same time.
So you wanna
Like I enjoy the whole process. Like
yeah.
you see. So because that you get ideas and maybe sometimes you can guide him or actually is a understand that's where I'm most comfortable. So with the studio session, I would just we just it was the Blaqnick Brown team, Melon Sleazy producing and Martin. Yeah, and then we just did our thing. It's just fun like that. Like I don't even see it as work.
Oh yeah.
I
And
don't
that's how
see
it
it as
should
work.
be.
Yeah,
That's how it should be.
yeah.
And then your favorite song by yourself?
Favorite song by myself, it's yo. Fit. Thing is with me, I have a lot of like tracks, study feature.
Oh yeah.
Answer.
Okay, that's what. Okay, those
Yeah,
included. Those
yeah.
included. For example, for me, my favorite song
Yeah.
with MJ is
Yeah.
"Getting" by Fidelity.
Getting, ne?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a dope track.
yeah.
That's and it was actually the last track he added onto the project.
So
The
was
project had to be released without that song.
So it was a last minute.
Yeah,
thing.
last minute they just called me, yo, I'm dropping on Monday. Are you available? I was like, yeah. And we live in the same complex. So I was
Oh,
like,
shit,
I
that's
know,
dope.
let me just, holla and then we see what we can do. Yeah, and then getting was but it's a dope track.
Yeah, no,
It's a
it
dope
really
track.
is, it really is.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, shout out to you for that. you know.
Thanks, bro.
So,
Thank you.
approximately how much unreleased music are you holding on to right now?
Yo, on my files, dog. Thing is, okay, on my phone alone, I'd say maybe 40 something.
Yo, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'd
That's
say
a
maybe
lot.
40 something. Then on Million Sleazy's archives, I don't know. It's a lot. I don't know. So yeah, it's just a lot of music.
So is it that type of thing of majority of that music you don't plan on dropping, or
I'm gonna drop. Just that some tracks, so it's some tracks we have to fix. Some tracks,
add people?
omong itsa re wa e nyaka, ha se release. You understand? So yeah, it's just mara like we communicate. You see? Yeah, we communicate and if track ya better and I feel like dropping it. Now you just talk to the pros and be like, track ash. Then we drop it. Yeah.
So, okay, so we've kind of established the beginning of your career. So,
Yeah.
has it kicked into you? Like, has it kicked in that you're famous, or it's still something that shocks you every day?
It shocks me every day. I never get used to it.
I
Like
understand.
because like I enjoy being a normal bro.
Yeah.
And like the spotlight is shocking for me. Like, I still don't get used to me. Like I get so often get my face. Maybe
Yeah.
get 11 vest.
Yeah.
Like I still live like, like my high school days or my varsity days. Like I still I don't have that thing, yo, I'm a celebrity or
Nah,
So,
I fully get that.
yeah.
So,
Like, I just love people. I just love being around people.
so with all that being said,
Yeah.
how did you feel when you saw Pogba listening to Abomvelo? Because that was a really big moment for you.
Yeah, that was dope. That is dope actually. Like oh, it's all you just sometimes you just how long guys making music. You just making music fighting or okay. Maporesa ka utlwa di-track. And then now track wa dlala ke Pogba. Yeah, it's a big thing because that means it's recognized.
Means you're
And
doing
that means
something
you're doing
right.
something.
Yeah.
That means you're on the right path. So it was great. It was dope.
Nah, shout out to you for that, bro. Shout out to you. So, are you in a relationship?
I am.
Okay, so is it with? I'm obviously not gonna ask names, but like, is it with someone who's in the industry? or-
Nah. I prefer low key stuff.
Nah, I fully get that.
Yeah, I
fully
prefer
get that,
low key stuff. But yeah, I am.
I mean, we're both in the industry. We know
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
industry women
Yeah.
are. So
I mean,
can't
like,
do that one.
I mean, like, don't know about a good club. Like,
Yo. Yeah, no. Hey,
yeah.
the
So
thing
you can't tell and you can focus there.
Yeah, no,
It's a-
it's bad out
Yeah.
there. Especially in Pretoria.
Yeah, hey, yeah, it filled.
Yeah,
Yeah, it filled.
yeah,
You'll
no.
see.
So,
Yeah,
there's this saying that you always say, like Pitoriki country.
sure.
So, my guess is that like gonna be the name of your first project, or do you have a name, or you haven't thought about that?
I haven't thought about that, but since you're mentioning it now, I
That would
think
be a
I'm
dope
gonna.
name. Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
a
I think
dope
I'm gonna
name.
use
That
that.
would be a dope
I think I'm
name.
gonna use that. Yeah,
So, with all all this fame shit, like
yeah,
based off of other, like from what you've seen, like
sure.
whether it's from the past or present,
Yeah.
what do you feel is the biggest mistake that artists or famous people make, and what are you doing to avoid that mistake?
I think the biggest mistake famous people do is okay. For instance, let me put it like this: I don't treat people who listen to my music and support me like fans.
Yeah,
I don't treat them like fans.
true.
Like that over arrogant. They like that then a killer vibe. But yeah, so I like rata batho, bra. So I don't see people who support me as my fans. No, I don't see them as my fans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more it's like your family.
It's family. It's family, basically. Yeah, it's like family. So I don't ke treat-a batho like normally. Hence I said like I just prefer being my normal self. Like I don't get this thing ya hore I'm a celebrity. Nah. Ya ke tlhagana le batho ko strateng ba nkemisa ka hema para tsa di-picture, we conversate and then you see. So like it's just like that. So I'm like arrogant.
Yeah,
Arrogant.
most definitely. And then with your musical journey from when you began, what would you say has been the hardest part about it, or the most painful moment that you experienced?
Yeah, working and not seeing where you're going, like what populate, like you working, but it's not. O feel I so fitly da, and so because but baka sponsor and not react to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you just have to keep pushing and keep going. If you trust yourself to that level, you just keep pushing. And so you just keep pushing, doing the right things, talking to the right people, being to the right places at the right time, and it was trouble like o connecta le batho. And so like wa ba thega celebrity wa di thega. E loro sa pusha and you wanna like Spanish like just keep being at it. Like just tag, post, just
and being consistent with your work is very important.
consistency, sure. Yeah.
Oh, that it makes me so like it makes me happy to hear how deeply you think and
Yeah.
how deep you get with your answers.
Sure.
So, have you ever been out of the country?
Yeah, I have, but it's Botswana.
Oh, Botswana.
I'm still in the country.
I mean, yeah, but it's still something. As long as there's progress.
Yeah, I had to be in I'm a first, but it didn't quite,
For
happen well
for this year or next year.
for this year.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I had to go there, but yeah, we just didn't, find a common ground.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, makes
Anyway,
sense.
sure.
So, what is one country that you would like to visit?
Venice.
Venice.
Yeah, the floating city.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Yeah, Paris, UK, France. Yeah,
So Europe, basically.
Europe. Sure, Europe.
And I know you'll have a good time there because they really love Amapiano.
Yeah,
like
they
it
do.
still shocks me to this
They
day.
do, they do. Piano, it's a wave, dog.
I know.
Piano, it's a wave.
Like piano is like it's our identity as South Africa.
Yeah.
Like,
But what do you think of it?
I think it's a really
Do you think it's gonna last?
no. I think it will. I definitely think it will. Like comparing it to other genres that came and went. Like they were never as big as piano.
Yeah.
Like to the point where you have your major leagues touring the whole
Yeah.
world, going to
Yeah.
even America.
Yeah.
And you Bruce are really consistent with it.
Yeah.
like you're not greedy. You know, from other genres, they don't want to share the spotlight. You know?
Yeah.
You guys are like a family.
Yeah.
You collaborate and you work together. So
I
think
think
it will last.
that's what keeps the movement going. You see, I think that's what keeps piano like, and that's what made it go this far. I think it's just collaboration, and
And teamwork does make the dream
teamwork.
work.
You understand? So, I think it is gonna last. It is gonna last.
Definitely.
And one thing about piano feeds.
It feeds, yeah.
Piano feeds. So, oh, like piano. But I wanna like if I show you me in the past 2 years and
For
now.
piano.
Hello, not Lord.
I'm gonna lead Gucci. Thank you, piano. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we try it. Though.
So, what are some short-term goals that you have with this piano thing? Maybe something you want to achieve by the end of next year or within the next 2 years.
I have an interest in like logistics. Yeah, mining.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
That's where the money's at.
Yeah. I don't wanna focus. I don't wanna put like my 100% of my focus on just music and gigs and I mean, like, you never know what tomorrow like brings, so you have to secure your future. You have to. So I'm quite interested in logistics. I want to do something in business. Yeah, and then with music, I want to be the best in the country in piano. Yeah, I'm gonna be ridiculous and say like that.
And
I want to be the best, and
with the way you're going, like it's very possible, and I very much believe that. It's gonna happen,
Yeah.
Like your journey has been a very inspiring one.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how one day you're down and the next you're up.
Yeah.
And that's also what I love most about piano. Like blowing up with piano, it happens just like this.
Yeah, but to keep it going, it's a mission. It's a mission. Like, it's not easy. Like, people from outside can see it as, this thing is nice, simple. It is simple, but it's not. It's not like like you said, like consistency. If you can't keep yourself afloat, hey, you're gonna sing. So I haven't been releasing music. Sometimes I feel this pressure. I have music. I am working, but someone from outside can be like, MJ. Yeah, I understand. I have a lot of music, though. Just that Inyaga like release, because piano songs don't last that long.
Like, especially, I actually have.
Check now. Check now. Khuza Gogo. It was released this year.
Yeah,
last year.
Yeah.
Last year. How long was the hype? Like, I mean, that hype before it started, at least, decreasing a bit.
I think like a few weeks.
Nah, it's not a few weeks. It's months, but it's not too long.
Yeah,
it's not too long.
It's different. With Khuza Gogo, it had longevity. Like it lasted, compared to other songs.
Yeah,
and I've always wanted to ask this actually, like this whole unreleased, Amapiano unreleased music getting
exclusives.
Leaked.
Sure.
Is it like a marketing strategy, or it's something that you don't plan to happen?
There are people who plan it to happen because they want to see the reaction of people, but sometimes it kills the song. It kills. What if that track that's leaked, that got a hype for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then what if you actually did proper PR for the track? You did all the right things. You marketed that track well and everything before even like everyone can have it. Because you're gonna leak a track today.
Yeah.
You're gonna take time releasing the track.
And then by
The
time
hype,
you release
people
it,
already know the song. when you release it, it's like, it's out.
Exactly.
You
Like,
understand?
because by the time you release it, people will have
Yeah, the numbers,
yeah.
the numbers won't be, like there. Like if we release it, like Osaili.
Yeah, true.
So it is a marketing strategy. It works, but sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it kills the song. Kills the song. So yeah, leaking a song. It's been, there are a lot of our tracks that are leaked, that have been leaked, and like people create group chats, and and they just share music, and yara coward.
Yeah.
That's like piracy.
True.
That's piracy.
True. Like,
yara coward.
and yeah, I understand how. Okay, it could be it can be a good and a bad thing
Yeah.
towards an artist's career.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because I know with that thing, it's built a lot of careers.
Yeah.
For example, your song could be trending on TikTok, but it's not even released.
Yeah.
And that gets people talking about you.
Yeah.
That gets people familiar with you. But at the same time, once the song drops, the hype will have died. And
Yeah. Oh, it like, I cannot say so like, or so like ara sa feel. Ra feel mara the streams hore ona le treke ka mo phone ya.
yeah.
Ne ba ilikile ba download gona go nna ka release. O ya o tlela ya ka. Ona le ona mosho like sponsor. Unless maybe lore obviously changes era like,
Yeah.
and alone the changes to the reeling. Batho ba ka rata ila mathong ba sa rate we release it. Sponsor. If you maybe like mastering, after mastering and lots of sponsor. So yeah, like holika ho thusa sometimes.
So, with like, you've been gigging for quite a while. So,
Yeah.
what has been your worst experience at a gig or with the club promoter?
Oh, fit. You see, get into a venue, no. Like piano artists, we sometimes, especially if you don't have proper management, it's promoters. It's easy for promoters to just play around and like what try say baby.
Oh,
Motho I got buga no, I'm a charger. That's not my charger. I send the deposit. I send that deposit towards the date or maybe day before.
Yeah.
I send the deposit. Are acho ngo tla ka ra ka sana how fit. Imagine. O vibe da. Like lo na jo WhatsApp right man, like re tla re bolela. How fit la da Timani ombotso rana zaka.
Yo.
And o travels, let's go tlile hi baraka wa Limpopo.
And
Antswara how fitla ko Limpopo dimana rana zaka ra ju. Ka re sa collecta tšhelete ko gate. Ya utaka. Antswara ka mo tsantso patele batho. Antswara wa nyamalla tsantso o ilo gitla no. Tsantso gile. O bugetse team ho maybe batho ba 5 or 4. O bugile room ya 1 or 2.
You know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is, I myself have experienced the same thing.
Sure.
We were booked. We had a gig in Polokwane, Limpopo. So sharp, they organized. So they paid half before we even went. Then they said they'll pay the other half when we're there, or like after the gig, basically. So sharp, we were fairly new to this, So sharp, they organized our transport. They fetch us like it was cozy. Then we get to Polokwane. They take us to like the lodge that we were staying at. So the guy says, okay, yeah, sharp, you guys will just put your bags in this one room. Then you'll get your rooms after the gigs when it's time to sleep.
Yeah.
So we didn't think too much of it because the treatment we had been getting like from the beginning to that point, it was proper. So then they take us to Mall of the North. They organized a meet and greet for us so our fans came through, like it was really nice. They booked out security, like it was the treatment was top tier.
Sure.
Sharp, we go back to the lodge, we chill for a bit, then we go to the gig.
Yeah.
And I tell you, the gig was when you got there, maybe 10, 15 people. Sure. And it was late. Like the gig was dead. Like it was dead, and they started mistreating us when we were there because they wanted to keep us there from 6 to 6, like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., So that happened. We argued. Then we ended up leaving on our own. Then they take us to the lodge at like 4 a.m. They take us to the lodge. Jiggy jiggy, they're telling us our rooms have to be taken by other artists. Keep in mind, there's 6 of us in the Boys RSA. So now we're all crammed up into one room with one single bed and one double bed.
So, but yeah, a proper team, it's important.
True.
As an artist, you must have people who are there for you, and not there because they want something. You must have people who really want to work and really want to push you.
And wish the best for
Understand? Yeah. But at least now I can say I have a solid team. See, so we no longer experience those things. Deal with contracts, like things are improving.
I love to hear that.
As an artist, you need to have a proper team.
So with your team, is it people you've known for like quite a minute, or people that you just met along the way?
I met along the way. Thing with people that you've known, they don't take it as work.
And
Like Brian,
and there's a lot of entitlement attached.
Yeah. And then when you start peeling off, or like like they start developing this thing, or
MJ thinks he's famous.
Yeah, like it's not like that.
Yeah.
We're not there no more. Like we can chill, let's brass. But when it comes to work, they have to understand like no harkats then as brass, no kawatahan, because na lose bad batho ba ka dira braya. Ba witse thata, like ba witse to a point where and o kry lori yana unexperienced. So ka se le ho saka le chomi ko spane mara chomi a sa experience, like le tla le pusha botlholo sokola ba botle lo tso sa ditseng le yana ditse, especially mo industry. So bra go khavate like I have friends who who right now, like it's not the same, like, and not gonna flop all over. Like really honest bra, no I'm not gonna push no couple at least like it's a bras are keep them cool mara span bra. I need to get people who gonna take me somewhere, people who have experience in this thing, and then ke khona pusha, and then asura ka la or na take a span like sonzo understand or life ya change and yeah, and asura wa actela or yeah.
Okay, I have one more question for you. So in terms of features, is it something that just comes by naturally? For example, you'll be in a studio with another artist, or do you like charge people for features? How does it work?
I don't charge for features. If sponsor kesona jaga, we work. Understand? I love music. I just love music, jaga. Like sometimes we plan these things. Or okay, except those, where are you? Those are right thing, garage. Let's say studio. Let's see Men's Sleazy today. Yeah, and then we just go there and rock. Then whatever comes out, comes out. And so sometimes it maybe you go studio, you go for honala chopper or honala mama. We rock. We end up having a song. Like it happens like that. It happens like that.
And have you ever had a moment in studio where, for example, you struggle to write or
Nah.
Okay.
If a beat is fire, it's fire.
Okay.
If beat is say feeling it over, couple of dlaleng.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I don't force myself into a song. The minute you start forcing yourself into a song, I don't be the one. I don't be the one. You don't be trust me.
Okay, so at the end of each episode, we like to play a little game called Guess the Sample. So
Okay.
I will play a sample, and then I'll give you options of artists that sampled the song. Then you have to choose the correct one. So
Okay.
So first up, this is the song that we have first up.
To say it off.
Yeah. So I don't even need to give you the options on my side.
Nah.
Okay.
Fine. There is.
Okay, yeah, Mash Beats, Aries,
Yeah.
Color, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Second,
Piano Kings. Yeah.
Scorpion King.
Scorpion Kings.
Yeah. Okay, you're actually good at
Sure.
this. You're good at this.
No.
Okay, then
Yeah.
this is the last one.
Yeah. AKA.
You're actually the first guest that I don't need to give options, and you got all of them right.
Sure.
So shout out to you.
Music, man. Music.
So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Catch
Yeah.
you on the next one. Peace out.
Yeah.
Broadcast live